Our last release, 1.109, was full of agents. I can even show you here. If you look at our release notes and you search for agents, there's over 99 hits on our last release notes, and that's only for the last release. So there's lots to talk about. And in this session in particular, I am aiming to talk about how to collaborate with agents in VS Code. So in our agents documentation, we have kind of divided up agents into 4 categories here. And I'm going to kind of try and walk you through the use case scenarios for every kind of agent that we have in VS Code, kind of what they mean, how I would use them in my day-to-day work, and the the way we're going to kind of hack around with that is I have this game called Tank Game. It's a Bluetooth game. It is on the App Store for free. And what you do is you can grab your closest friends around you and play a little game. So I kind of like to play this on the bus or on trains or in flights when I don't have an internet connection and want to kill some time. So today what we're going to do is we're going to use agents and we're going to try and add some more features into this game. So yeah, this kind of collaboration chart that we have, this kind of describes all of the modalities that you can use in VS Code and how an agent maps to that. So we have agents that are more local, that give you kind of an interactive kind of feedback loop. And then we have agents that only operate in the cloud and that you can give some feedback to in certain points along its life cycle. And if that's confusing, we have a lot of documentation on it, and I'm going to run through every single option that we have in VS Code today. So to start, I think the agent that everyone is most familiar with in VS Code right now is the local agent. So this is the one that runs on your machine. It uses our own agent harness to write code for you, and also answer questions, of course. And it's the experience that we've had for the longest time in VS Code. So to enable it, you choose under the target picker here, you choose local. And we have a few kind of modes here. We have agent mode, which allows the agent to edit files in your workspace. So I'm in my Tank Game workspace up here, and I'm able to tell the agent to edit code and make changes on my behalf. And I'll see these happen live in VS Code. We also have this mode here, which I quite like. It's called plan mode, which I'm sure has been talked about a lot today because everyone loves it. Plan mode is a great way to use the agent to formulate your thoughts. So I don't have a plan of what I want to build today, so I'm going to ask the agent, look at my code base and tell me some cool features to implement. Implement. And we're going to let that go for a moment. And it's going to look through my code base. You can see here that my session is running on the left-hand side with this in progress. It's going to analyze. It's going to use a sub-agent to kind of run through my code base. If I want to see what the agent is doing, I can expand this, and I can see that it's reading all these files. And kind of the cool part in the last few releases of VS Code is in the past, we only allowed you to run a single one of these local sessions on your machine. But now, as you can see here, we have this button, New Session, that allows you to open a new session. And you can see on the left-hand side, my existing session is still running. So this is a super powerful feature that I think is a little bit hidden right now in VS Code, but really allows you to take full advantage of the agent. And especially for plan mode, where files in your workspace aren't being touched, there's really no risk of collision at this point. So you can see earlier I asked the agent to launch my simulator for me, and that ran concurrently with my previous requests as well. So we're going to allow it to look through. It's going to look for any notes I have in the code base of what I had been planning to do in the past. And yeah, we'll let that run for a second. The other thing I want to show is that alongside local, we now have third-party integrations with other agents. So Claude down here, you can see, can be selected, as well as Codex, which comes through the Codex extension, which I might not have the latest installed. But Claude, for instance, so we'll use the Claude SDK that comes from Anthropic, and it will give you a similar experience to Claude Code. So you can see the models that are available here, as well as some options of how you want the agent to behave. Do you want it to ask you before edits? Do you want it to make edits autonomously? Or do you want to enter its plan mode? So these all, again, run locally on your machine. If you close your laptop lid, these will stop running. Yeah, let's use this plan mode and see what it comes up with. Suggest some cool features. So again, this experience here was using the agent harness that's built by the VS Code team, whereas this experience here, when you select Claude, is using the agent harness built by Anthropic. And yeah, we'll let that continue, but let's see some of the ideas that it had. So some quick wins. Maybe this is good for a live stream. Fire rate limiter. Yeah, as you can see right now, you can shoot as much as you want. So that sounds like kind of a nice one to tackle. Let's actually do it in the same thread. Because what we can do is we can then swap to agent mode, and we can say, implement number 1. And this agent will go, and it will actually write the code for me now that we've swapped to agent mode. Cool. So let's let that run for a moment. The next kind of agent that I want to describe, which you've seen here in this picker, is the cloud agent. And to do that, I've already got one that is run in the background. The way you kind of enter cloud mode is that you click right here, and now any sessions that you create from this input here will run on the cloud through your Copilot subscription. And it'll create a PR on the repo that you choose. So this is a repo that's on GitHub. And when I initiate a task here, it will run in the cloud. So I can start the session, close my laptop, come back later, open my laptop, and then see the changes that happened in the cloud. So one of them that I wanted to get working was I wanted to get tvOS working, because this app works great on iPhones and iPads, but the tvOS integration is not quite complete. So I asked Cloud Agent before I started the session, just tell me what's needed to get Cloud Agent working. I'm sorry, to get tvOS working. And it ran for a bit, and then at the end here you see it summarized my changes. It said, was a non-functional stub, which I knew, and it made some changes to the tvOS specific game controller, which seems like the correct change here, and summarizes a few more changes that it made. And then right down here you can see all of the files that it changed. So if I wanted to review this and understand what's going on, I can read the diff here. And yeah, super powerful. And of course, if I wanted to just view the PR and approve it from here, I can look at it here, and I could set it ready for review and merge it into my code base. And the way that I have this all set up is that when I use the Cloud Agent, it'll automatically attempt to publish to my subscription to my phone, so to my iPhone. And if I open up the PR, it looks like we had one error, which is a great way to, yeah. So if I open up the PR here, we can see that on GitHub, we have the PR. This is live here. And if there was any errors with archiving, we can actually take a look at them. And yeah, I think this is not something that is the agent's fault. I think it was my fault with the build. But yeah, you can see here I can merge this in, and it'll go to my kind of test flight build moving forward. So super powerful. I love to use the Cloud Agent when I have an idea and I want something kind of prototyped, but I don't really want to be super hands-on. I want to allow the agent to come up with some ideas for me, and then I'll pull down the changes, which you can do here with this checkout button or the supply button. And you can kind of play with the changes more and continue in other agents, or even just add a follow-up here. So let's see, make sure Apple remotes work. OK. So this will send a follow-up to the PR. And you can even just see it that it ends up right here as a comment, and it's already been started by Copilot. So all this is integrated nicely within VS Code. You never need to leave it until you want to actually take a look at the PR. Or you can stay in this experience here and do all of your PR management from VS Code. Cool. So that is the Cloud Agent. So this one works in a sense that it's not interactive. You just interact with it at the end of each task, whereas when we looked back to our suggest cool features, well, this one's already done, but we were able to see all of the work that it was doing. We could have stopped and steered it at any point. So actually, let's say matches the movement interval, make the interval longer. So we'll just let it kind of think about that. And then once we do that, we'll say, and then rerun the app. So I have some custom instructions in this repo here that we'll close that for now, and then we'll open up some of my custom instructions. So this one in particular tells the agent how to launch the simulator to launch these two apps right here. So there's instructions on, yep, and you see it already did it. This has been relaunched, and we can see right on our screen here, the app is running. Yeah, this guy got disconnected. But once they connect again, you can see that we're now limited by how fast we can click. So that feature worked, and I didn't write any code. Awesome. So so I think local agent works great when you have a single task, or you have tasks that are totally isolated inside of your repo. I think our next experience kind of really shines when you want to do multiple tasks on your machine at the same time and want them isolated from each other. So that experience is our background agent. So this implements the Copilot CLI under the hood, and it allows us to use isolated work trees. So that's a feature from Git that allows to create clones, essentially, of your repository on your machine. So every time I start the background agent, it'll create a Git work tree, and it will use that Git work tree for all of the code changes that it does, so that I can run 3, 4, 5, 10 of these in the background, and all of them don't conflict with each other. So let's say, let's see, what were some other cool ideas that we had in our repo? So we had power-ups. That's a fun one. So let's say add power-ups. And this will ask you if you already have changes in your current workspace and you want to kind of copy or move them over into your work tree. Say you started a task, then you realized you wanted to background it. You could move your changes. If you wanted to share changes between your current workspace and this work tree, you could copy them. For my case, because the changes are unrelated that are currently in my workspace, I'm just going to skip changes here. And you can see from this message that we've created an isolated work tree. So this is the hint here that all the work that's going to be done in this session is going to be done in the background. And yeah, you can see how it's reading files that are outside of my current workspace. They're actually being read from the work tree. So this will continue doing work. And the nice part is that it won't conflict with any of the work that we are currently doing for our other features. So we can have a bunch of these running. As you can see, we have now a Claude session running, we have a Cloud session running, and we have a background session running. And all these are managed right here from the Sessions panel, which I'll probably talk about a little later. Although the cool thing here is that, if you're running lots and lots of sessions, it might get a little overwhelming sometimes to organize. So we have this nice control up at the top of the screen here. So at the top of the screen, you can filter by all your unreads. So I haven't read this yet. So it looks like it created a plan. It wants me to look at the plan. That looks good. Let's continue. Let's continue. Yeah, so it wanted me to confirm the plan before it continued. And you can see here that now if I filter by in progress, I see only the sessions that are in progress. And that just toggles this filter right up here. So super helpful. I really like this when I'm running 10 VS Code sessions, if I'm working on VS Code, it's nice to just filter it down here and see exactly what needs my attention, and if there's any unread, what's already finished, and that I can either merge or review or continue prompting. So yeah, that's the three kind of main blocks. We have local, which either our local harness and Claude and Codex. We have background, which is still running on your machine, but uses the Copilot CLI to run these in isolated Worktrees, and cloud here, which then uses the cloud, of course, hosted by GitHub. And I can actually show that a little more in depth here, because we have our agents view on github.com, and you can see exactly how it connects here. I have lots of sessions that I've run, and this tvOS one you can see is running at the top. We'll see our prompt even. Yeah, make sure Apple remotes work OK. You can see exactly the tool calls from here as well, all of the work that it's doing. So this is really handy, right? You can use like the GitHub mobile app, or just sign into github.com from a different machine, say, and still access and continue to steer the sessions that you're working on. But of course, my favorite spot to control them is through VS Code. And then it allows you really nicely to move the code into your editor if you want to edit it yourself, or if you want to understand the code better, explore it. We have really powerful features inside of VS Code that allow you to explore code that is generated by agents. And actually, one thing that's super new, actually, in the last release, which I really love to use now, is in Cloud. So I kind of glossed over these options here. Cloud, of course, we have our Copilot harness. So that's the Copilot coding agent that's been in the release for a few months now, or that has been in the product for a few months now. We also have these two new options, Claude and Codex. So of course, we're under the cloud umbrella here. So these are all running off of our machine. But as was announced, I think at GitHub Universe last year, there are partner agents from Anthropic and OpenAI that allow you to use their coding harnesses, but in the cloud. So you can see here that I can choose Claude or Codex as well. And now when I start my cloud sessions, let's actually get another good idea from the app here, or from the session. Projectile on projectile collision. That sounds kind of fun. So let's do that. When I send this request now and I choose to delegate, you'll see that you'll get information on it's starting to delegate. It's then creating the pull request in the background for you. And once it creates the pull request, it will fetch those details and swap your session over to here. And now you can see that if we open the pull request, it is not run by Copilot anymore, but it's actually run by Anthropic. So this is quite a similar experience. It's all quite integrated in VS Code and in GitHub.com. But the difference is it is now using like an agent harness that's built directly by Anthropic instead of by a third party. So this is really handy if you want to evaluate how different agent harnesses work. I think that's the biggest value here, is maybe some agent harnesses are good at some problems and some are good at others. And I think the beautiful part about VS Code is that we have access to all sorts of cutting edge technologies. So you can use Anthropic's tooling and what they believe is the best path forward. You can use OpenAI's, you can use our Copilot harnesses, and you can really get the best of all that's available to you right now in the world of AI. So we'll let this run. You can check up on the repo later on and see exactly what these projects or how these tasks get resolved. But yeah, super handy. I've been enjoying the Claude agent a lot, and you can see there's a lot of pull requests on this repo already that are utilizing the Claude agent. Let's see. So let's go back here. OK, we have a message here. And you can see all this is nicely kind of communicated through the top agent sessions bar here. So I saw that there was an approval needed. So because this is writing to a particular path, it wanted me to approve it. And let's see what this is doing. Yeah, this is adding some files. OK, so this looks good. So we'll let that continue on, and you can see the confirmation is left. We can filter here and see all of the work that's being done. All of these are happening in parallel, and they're all happening isolated from each other, which is super powerful, allows me to know that all of these changes will not conflict with each other, which I think is kind of really the goal that we had last month with the release, is allowing both you as a developer to have an option of what tools you use, as well as giving you the ability to run multiple agents at once. And that's exactly where this kind of UI shines here, where you can see all of your sessions on the left-hand side, all of the action on the right-hand side. And it's very easy with one click to then open up this panel here and actually view the changes and understand them as the developer. Yeah, the one last thing that I'll show is that we have one more experience. You can see we have some notifications here, which I'll close for the moment. We have one final experience, which allows you to continue on. So of course, I've shown you today from the new session how to create a new session from cloud, from local, from background. But if you start a session in local and then want to move it either to the background or to cloud, we have this experience here called Agent Handoff. And there's a nice link to documentation down here that allows you to read more about that. But this allows you to start a conversation maybe in plan mode in VS Code. So I think we started this one in plan mode. And then we got some ideas. And then I could say, continue implementing the high-value ideas. And I could continue in either background or cloud here. So super powerful, allows me to really use all of the tooling in any way that I want, which is, I think, the most important part about developer tools, is allowing you to use it however you think will make you most productive. Cool. Well, I hope this was all helpful today. Again, I am Josh, and yeah, hope to see you again soon. Thanks.